How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Yes, how are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Have you rushed in from your run?
I have, yes, yes. Switched the
Sorry.
computer on as quick as I could.
Well, blame Chris, it's his timing.
I will.
How's things been? How's training?
Training's been really good. Yeah, feeling
And yeah, it's this weekend, yeah?
this Saturday, yeah.
Yay! Day off
Race
tomorrow.
distance, 100K.
Oh, yes, exciting. Are you looking forward to it?
I'm really looking forward to it. I wish it wasn't going to be 31 degrees, but so is everybody else. So
Yeah. What do you like in the heat?
pretty good, but I've never ran in that hot before, especially not for that far.
Well, you ran that year in Snowdonia, didn't you, as well?
Someone said to me that it was 35 degrees when you ran that. I was like, I'm pretty sure it was like around 22. And I looked at the um, previous history weather and it was 22. Unfortunately, I wish it was 35.
Really? It
Yeah,
was. Did you not run it the same year I did?
24,
No
20.
way. It was at least 38.
It
No way. It was
was
super
hot.
hot.
It was super hot anyway, and it was the first hot day of that year, so it's sort of
Okay.
different. Whereas I feel like we've been phased
Yeah.
a bit
We've
the
been
last.
baked for quite a long time now, haven't we?
Maybe it'll be all right.
Yeah. 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 You're heat adapted now.
Exactly. I even went for a sauna last night as sort of
Oh
last minute, sort of
God.
around the
That's
heat
a
trade.
that's a glutton for punishment.
Yeah. Whether it works or not, I guess. Well, if I do have a good race, I'll say it was all thanks to the sauna.
Yeah, absolutely. And what time do you start?
6:30.
Okay. Oh, you'll be done by lunch.
Yeah, that would be good, wouldn't it? There's some, I was hoping to be mildly competitive in this race, but
Mm.
there's ridiculous people sign up to this race. It's supposed to be like sort of
Oh,
amateurs
really?
go try 100K, but it's
Mm.
definitely not. The guy who, Hugh Tibbs, the guy who finished second at South Downs Way 100's running.
Oh.
Sophie was running,
What?
and a few other people who
Wait a
were,
minute. Is she not going to attend her own race? Oh no, sorry. That's not this weekend.
no.
It's at the beginning of ugh, getting my dates mixed up. That's the beginning of August, isn't it? Yeah. Stupid me.
So I've got to try and beat Sophie Power now.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Good luck with that.
yeah, for like the first 20K.
Oh, funny. Uh, yeah. Okay, so maybe third.
Yeah, maybe third. Yeah.
That's still a podium place.
Yeah. No, I'll just be happy to get well, I want to try and get a good time to see what I'm
Yeah.
capable of sort of over that distance. So we'll see what happens.
What's the elevation?
Do you do feet or meters?
I can do both actually.
About 1,300 meters. So not too bad.
No, okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rolling.
Yeah. I don't
Rolling. Where is
can't
it
really
again?
moan about it.
Where is it again?
It's on the Ridgeway. So
Ah, yeah, okay. Yeah.
North Reading starts nearish Henley on Thames. So
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh no, I used to go there training with a friend who lived in St Albans. And so whichever bit of it, I'm assuming it's the other end then. Uh,
yeah, we run east to west.
okay, yeah.
Although I forgot that when I booked my campsite.
No. What have
I
you
had to book
done?
it last night
Where's your campsite now then?
near the finish because I'd paid for a shuttle from finish to the start first thing
Oh
in the
yeah.
morning, paid for a parking spot at the finish. And then I checked my caravan site and I'd parked at the start. I was near the, yeah. So I've rebooked it for near the finish.
But the campsite's near the finish.
Yes,
Yes, okay. Well, that's the important bit.
it is. Yeah, I'm only 15-minute drive from the finish. So I can
Okay. Yeah, you can crawl to your tent.
exactly.
Oh God, there's nothing worse than being in a hot tent either, actually.
Oh, it's a caravan to be fair. So
Oh, okay. All right. Oh, well, that's far more civilized.
it is. Yes, I'm a civilized man now.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's what comes with being grown up.
Yeah.
Kids. Right, well, Chris has entered the room. Um, I don't know if it makes any difference to you. Hello.
Hello, hello. How are we doing?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, good, thank you.
I'm just pinning you.
You're just watching me?
I'm pinning I'm pinning you
Oh,
so
that's okay.
so that it stays on you and
That's
I'm not peering at a miniature screen. Yeah, thank you for joining us. Chris
that's
Andrade.
okay.
Andrade? It is right, isn't it? I mean, I never say
Um,
your surname.
Andrade.
Andrade. Oh God, okay, sorry.
How long have I known you now? Okay, come
I
on.
know. Yeah, well, if I had to call you Mr. Andrade, then it
Yeah,
would
good
be
point.
different, wouldn't it? But I suppose
Andrade
in the
comes.
full disclosure, we ought to say that Chris and I do work together, and that I used to work at Innovate, and I kind of still do with my monthly hikes. So,
Yeah, less frequently now, which is it
yeah.
a good thing? Is it a bad thing? Who knows?
Well, I just had a brief listen to your podcast with Sam after the Hardmoors win,
Oh
and
yeah.
I'm wondering what on earth he edited out, and for what, and when.
Oh, I've no idea.
I'm gonna have to go off and find out actually. But yes, we do the same here. No editing. So
Nice and easy.
yeah, yeah, it is. And obviously you know Robin.
Yes. I don't think we've actually properly met. I've kind of maybe
Never
I've
in
seen
real
you at
life.
things, but
Either part of a WhatsApp group or just me saying well done on Strava.
yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think I maybe saw you at the running show from afar, and
All right, yeah,
um,
yeah, you will have done.
Oh, well, who do you pick your numbers up from, Robin? You
oh
just
yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
who did it? I think I picked them up from you, didn't I? Or I've not gone the last couple of times to grab them.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
not
sure.
sure. Yeah. Well, there we go. So we've got a good sort of cross mixture here of how we all know each other.
Absolutely.
But obviously you're here because of your stunning win at the Spine Challenger South.
Yeah, thank you.
Um, and
Woo.
I mean, I know Robin's got lots of questions, but I think the standout for me, and particularly after you and I spoke the last time I was in the shop, is your training and the reasonableness of it, is if that's the right word I can use.
Yeah, life limited is kind of how I
Life,
just.
life, no, life affirming.
Yeah, I guess so.
As
And I
in,
don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, I'm limited by my life, but that's just how
yes,
it is.
yes. So, your training is remarkably normal, and that which many people can aspire to, and actually think, actually, you know what, he can win stuff on doing that sort of training. So, will you just take us through what a sort of rough few weeks leading up to a big race looks like for you?
Yeah, of course. So yeah, I guess yes. To start off, I have, as you know, I have a 3-year-old, and I work full time in Bakewell, so I just don't have the time really to do them kind of the big mileage that you kind of I don't know should do for a 100-mile race. Like
Mm.
I don't know. I guess I'm hopefully showing you people that you don't need to do those massive mileage weeks. Because yeah, it just seems just unattainable for me to do 80, 90, 100-mile weeks. I just can't squeeze that in anywhere.
Yeah.
So yeah, I essentially have to make kind of each run count. So it's got its purpose. It's got its kind of training goal to each particular run, whether that's kind of a long, slow run to kind of build that aerobic base and let my body adapt to the harder stuff that I've had in the week earlier on, or hill rep sessions. So I don't know, something like 6 times 4 minute hill reps at kind of like tempo intensity, so 6 or 7 out of 10, something like that.
Mm.
And obviously those are aimed at increasing that kind of strength and hill running. Um, and then yeah, the shorter, kind of faster speed sessions. So yeah, each run has kind of got its own goal and aim. I don't really do Jack Scott names it quite nicely. He calls them junk miles.
Yeah.
I don't do much junk miles now, like just topping up my weekly mileage or going out just for a run. I'd
Mm.
love to, don't get me wrong, but it's I kind of have if I want to be competitive, which I do, I want to try and get the most out of the hours,
Time
minutes
you have.
that I've got for my run, so I try and make the most of them.
Mm.
And yeah, for the last, I don't know, maybe well, for I did London Marathon last year, and for that I worked with a coach, a friend of mine called Chris, and I worked with him again in the build up to this to the spine. Um, so yeah, he knows my timeline and knows what I can do and what I can't do and what I have the time for. And just yeah, we work together to create a plan that kind of works for me.
Mm.
And I tend to do a lot of early morning or evening runs, um, and then a longer run on a weekend at some point. But yeah, so I'm only really doing about 40 or 50 miles a week, something like that. So yeah, not mega miles at all.
Yeah.
I'm just making sure that I run the hard runs hard and they're at the correct intensity, and I'm doing the correct level of effort, and I
Mm.
run the easy runs easy. Um, I think, yeah, I think a lot of people don't necessarily improve, whether that's faster or further or fitter, if that's your goal. Not that that should be everyone's goal, but if they don't improve because they're either not running, well, usually both. They're not running their efforts hard enough, and they're not
Yeah.
running their easy efforts easy enough. They're just kind
Yeah.
of sitting in that kind of grey zone in the middle. And there is benefits to sitting in there occasionally, but if all of your training is there, like that kind of comfortably hard, then you're not going to get the kind of long-term benefits really. So yeah, I tried to make sure I really vary the plan and the program and do a bit of everything.
Yeah.
Um, and it seems to be working.
Clearly.
That's
Yeah.
music to my ears, that 40 to 50 miles, because I've already been forewarned that next year, after my big races are out the way, that I've got to make sure I'm more available. So if I can go out and win Spine Challenger South in 40 to 50 miles, then that's great.
What have you got coming up?
I'm doing Race with Stones on
Oh,
Saturday,
that's this weekend. Yeah, I know a few people doing that. Amazing. It's exciting.
and I'm signed up for a 24-hour track race in Saturday.
Nice.
Yeah, and then
Exciting.
Arc 100 in January. So yeah, I'm pretty
Lots of exciting things on the plans.
booked up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I guess I'm sort of proof-ish that you don't need to run the big miles. I mean, I'm not saying that. I mean, I might have run it faster if I'd have done more miles or done more training, but I didn't need to run it faster.
No.
Um, so yeah, it all kind of worked. So yeah, I
It
guess if you
absolutely
do the
did.
right training, it's I mean, it's the old adage, and it's a bit cheesy, I guess, but quality over quantity. Um,
Mm. I
Making
think
sure you,
it's interesting to show what you can do with some thought and
yeah,
careful consideration. I think it's great. I think it'll be great for people to hear that and to, so often I think people think, like Robin said, if we can't, or I can't run an ultra because I can't do the training. And
yeah,
actually,
you've just got to be clever with it, I guess, and just be willing to do the work when you need to do the work. But yeah, you don't need to put in those mega miles. I mean, by all means you can, but you don't need to, I guess. I think the longest run I did, training run for the spine prep was 50K, so a 30-ish mile run, and that was
mm,
the longest I did. Um,
Was that recceing the course?
yeah. So I did. I would have ideally liked to have done more of the course recceing. I just, yeah, again, didn't have the time to get
Mm.
out there and do it. I'm lucky-ish in that the start in Edale is kind of relatively close to my house in Sheffield, so it's about a 40-minute drive.
Mm.
So I know that first maybe 10 or 15 miles quite well, so I didn't need to recce that. And I got out and did two other recce's, a 15, no, 20 mile and a 30 miler on some of the sections I didn't know, but the kind of more southerly sections, I just didn't have the time to go all the way up north because
yeah,
obviously it's an A to B, so I'd have to park and train back or train there. And so just a bit of a logistical nightmare. But
logistics are hard, aren't they? Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, I did a 30-mile run from Hebden Bridge to Gargrave, and that was my longest training run on the route. Um, and yeah, everything else was less mileage than that. I just
Mm.
was kind of canny about how I did the training.
What was the last sort of the unknown part of the course like on race day then? How did you find the conditions and was it how does it differ from the first half of the course?
It's a lot more farmy and fieldy, and lots of field, climb over a stile, field, then climb over a stile and field, which I didn't dislike. I like it was nice to kind of do all of that. Um, I guess what I would have liked to have done in the prep, if possible, was recce the bit I was gonna be doing in the dark,
Mm.
because there were a couple of points where I took a slight wrong turn, or I missed a little gate entrance. I ended up running along the wrong side of a river and had to kind of double back and go back and again. And those little bits, they're just quite hard to see in the dark if you don't know it already.
Right.
Um, Even though I only recceed a bit of it, like a chunk of it once, when I got to those bits, I kind of immediately kind of dialed into, oh, I've been here before. I know what I'm doing. I mean, the Pennine Way is relatively well signposted anyway, which obviously helps. Um, but yeah, seeing the bits that I ran through in the dark would have been quite nice just to kind of orientate myself because yeah, when you can't see more than I don't know the head torch beam light in front of you, it's quite
Yeah.
hard to see exactly where you are. There was three occasions I think where I climbed over a fence, a barbed wire fence, and then I
Oh,
realized the gate that get me through that fence was about 2 or 3 meters to my left.
Oh,
I
no.
just climbed over it, and then I got to the next gate, and I was like, "Oh my God, it's there's no gate again!" And I climbed over it, and as I was climbing, I was like, "Oh no, it's just there again." Um, I think I was just tired and just wasn't looking properly, and I was
Yeah.
a few meters away from the gate. But kind of those moments, I would have liked to have just known exactly what I was doing. But
mm.
um, yeah, other than those little bits of kind of um, taking the wrong trail or turning the wrong way in the dark, um, yeah, it was actually really nice route. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah. Did
Oh,
you enjoy
oh,
it?
yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah, yeah. Funnily enough, we got to when we got to Wessendon Head, um, there was a woman who was kind of chatting and waving and smiling to people as they went past. And I kind of waved and smiled at her and I think I gave their daughter a high five. And she said, "You're the first person who looks like they're enjoying themselves." And I just said to her, like, I mean, again, this sounds cheesy, but I said, like, if you're not enjoying it, what's the point? It's just like running 100 miles. If you're not going to enjoy it, or at least enjoy most of it, it's just, I don't know, it just seems like a
Well,
needless,
and
a
it's a bit
needless slog.
early. It's a bit early at Wessendon to be
Yeah,
really
exactly.
miserable as well.
Exactly. Yeah. I was having a lovely time. Yeah. See, I'd say 90% of the route, if not more. Yeah, really enjoyed it. I was
What
having a
was
nice
the
time.
weather like? Because I'm hearing again, depending on where you were on the course and where when you started and whether you were at the front or the back, it seems to
Yeah.
have really been quite varied.
Yeah.
So I was checking the weather report in the weeks and days beforehand, and it seemed like that kind of stormy weather front was going to get to Edale just as we did. It was meant to like storm and thunder and lightning. So I was a little bit nervous that it was just going to be horrible weather. But I think the day before or 2 days before, that storm like just moved somewhere else, which was great. Um, so it was, yeah, the morning of the race was a bit windy, but quite cool, like really good runnable conditions. Um, and it's kind of stayed like that. It was relatively humid, but a little bit breezy, so it was quite warm. Um, and then when we got to Black Hill, maybe I think it like hammered it down, like properly hammered it down. So I quickly put my waterproof on. Usually I wouldn't really bother, but I thought this is really early on. If it rains this heavy for such a long time, I don't want to get really cold and wet. So I stopped and put my raincoat on. And then I think maybe I don't know, a minute and a half later, it stopped. It was one of those like proper torrential storms that you can tell in reality probably is going to last a few minutes and then stop.
Yeah.
So I stopped and took my jacket off again, and I thought I'll put my windproof jacket on just in case it stays cold. And then after another 10 minutes, I got too hot again, so I took that off. And then I remember when we got to Nikki's Cafe on the M62 crossing, it started doing that again, and I thought, cool, we had this before. It'll just rain for 5 minutes or so. So I had like I don't know some flapjack or something in a can of Coke that I'd bought from the cafe. And I didn't put my rain jacket on, and it must have rained for about 40 minutes, maybe something like that. And I got properly soaked. But luckily, it
Yeah.
stopped again after that, and it got again quite warmish. Um, and I dried off pretty quick, so it wasn't too bad. Um, and the rest of the day was kind of really nice weather. We were really lucky with the weather window. It wasn't too hot, it wasn't too cold. It was kind of a really nice. As I got to Pen it started drizzling a bit and the clag came in. Obviously, I've been running for I don't know, 90 miles, something like that at that point. So getting up Penny again in the wet and the
Mm.
flag and the dark was a bit of a faff. But once we got down, the running's kind of easy on the other side of that. So yeah, that was the only bit that was a bit tricky, I guess, because of the slippy rocks going up Penny again. And it was dark and claggy. But other than that, it was kind of perfect weather. Yeah, I couldn't really have asked for a better day given what it was supposed to do.
Mm.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
What
So yeah,
shoes?
great. Sorry, say that again.
What shoes did you wear?
I went for the Innovate Trail Talon Zero. So I've always been a huge fan of the Innovate Trailfly G270, the old model Trailfly, the zero drop, kind of minimal-ish cushioning. I've always been a big fan of that. So when Innovate released their kind of updated footwear with the new zero drop model in every shoe, I was over the moon. But I did most of my training in the Trailfly Zero, which I guess is the direct replacement for the G270, because it was in the lead up to the race, it was just really dry and hot. The two recce's I did on the route were like a dust bowl. It was roasting hot, so I'm glad it wasn't that on race day. But for the race week, it got a little bit wetter. There was some rain beforehand, and I knew there was some fields in the later half, and it over Bleaklow and stuff can get a bit boggy and swampy. So I went for the Trail Talon Zero, so it just had a bit more lug depth, just in case. In reality, I think I probably would have been absolutely fine with the Trailfly Zero in
Yeah.
terms of aggressiveness of the shoe, but
Mm.
um,
What's the, yeah, what do they feel like? I mean, if you've got a slightly more aggressive tread, but sort of minimal cushioning and zero drop, do you not feel those lugs under the soles of your feet?
no, no. So, I mean, surprisingly not. The compound. I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get too geeky with shoe stuff, but the compound in the new model zero, the zero model of all of the shoes, is a nitrogen infused compound, so it's a bit lighter. Um, and there's 12 mil of the cushioning, so there is still a decent amount. It's not too
Okay, yeah.
minimal, but it just means it's just enough to maintain the ground feel, but not destroy your feet after that amount of time.
Mm.
Um, I mean, they're not for everyone. Don't get me wrong, as no shoe is, but I I got on well, really, really well with it. Um, I mean, I don't know whether this is a spine faux pas or not, but when we got to Hebden Bridge, I didn't even take my shoes and socks off to check my feet, because they felt fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, I know. In the briefing, they were saying like always check your feet, and it was going through my mind, but I
Oh,
was just
really?
aware that my feet felt great when I got into Hebden. So I thought I'm just not going to bother taking my shoes off and checking them.
I wouldn't. Yeah. Why would I
Yeah.
wouldn't check them unless I felt like
Yeah,
it's
yeah. I guess maybe if I'd have felt a little hot spot or something, I would have done. But yeah, absolutely fine. So yeah, I didn't change my shoes or my socks once and got
nice.
to the end of the race. I mean, I was glad to take the shoes off at the end, but only because I'd ran 100 miles and then
Yeah,
not
yeah.
the shoes.
Yeah.
And my feet were absolutely fine. Yeah, no problems at all. So they were kind of the perfect shoe for me. I know zero drop isn't necessarily for everyone, but I've ran in zero drop for kind of
Mm.
quite a while now. And yeah, I loved them. They were amazing. So yeah, would highly recommend to anyone give them a try.
Yeah. Innovate, if you are interested in sponsoring the podcast, then you are welcome to.
Uh, Tiki.
Cheeky.
No, they sound great. Did you transition to a zero drop shoe, or has it just always worked for you?
I guess I did, but yeah, years ago now. So I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I used to run in Ultra quite a lot, and their kind of USP is zero drop natural feel. So
Yeah.
when Innovate kind of moved to that natural fit, with the wider toe box, and in all of Innovates don't have zero drop, but they just have a zero drop model of some of the shoes. Um, they Yeah, it just seemed like a perfect choice for me because I'd run in zero drop for quite a while previously, and then moved over to Innovate. I don't know, maybe 4 years ago, something like that, and really loved them anyway. So now having a wider toe box zero drop shoe just kind
Mm.
of ticks all my boxes,
Mm.
and yeah, they're fantastic. I'll do many more miles in them.
Yeah, because you do sort of hear that running in a zero drop shoe, like overall, is supposed to be better for you. Because
Yeah, I mean, I struggle a little bit with this because it depends how you define better. Um, it's it's more. It can be more. efficient. It can promote zero drop can help promote a more efficient like stride pattern, a more efficient gait because it will kind of encourage you to slightly more land on the midfoot to a degree. I mean, it's not going to change how you run overnight, but because there isn't that big bulky heel or that higher heel, you're
Yeah.
kind of more encouraged to land on in the midfoot area. And then combining that with kind of work on shortening your stride and landing underneath your center of gravity and stuff will just help promote a more efficient stride. But if you're a kind of a heavy heel striker, there's nothing wrong with that either. It may just mean that you need a bit more cushioning at the heel. So yeah, it's yeah, it can go either way really. I think I enjoy zero drop because it feels natural, I guess, because your foot sits a bit flatter as it would naturally. Um, but yeah, that's kind of why I really enjoy running in them.
All right. Interesting. Thank you. In so second place wasn't too far behind you. Did you guys run a lot of the race together, or what was that sort of competition like between you and what Mark Potts?
Mark, yeah. So I started. Mark caught up with me. Oh, where was it now? I can see the exact place in my head, but I can't picture how many miles in it was. It was maybe maybe half an hour-ish before Hebden Bridge, so that would have been somewhere around the 40-ish, 45-mile mark, something
Mm.
like
I'll be
that.
around the reservoirs.
Yeah, something like that. I can't remember exactly where it was, but yeah, he got on me and we started chatting, and it turns out we have a friend in common. I don't know if either of you know Jamie Rutherford, the photographer.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, we both know him, and Jamie had spoke to both of us and told us that we'd be racing each other,
Okay.
which is quite interesting. So he got over me and we chatted about that. And then yeah, we maybe ran together for yeah a good few hours. We both got into Hebden Bridge checkpoint at the same time. At that point, we were in second and third, and the
Right.
guy who was in first was just coming out of the checkpoint as we were going in. So we kind of knew how far ahead he was because depending on how long we stayed there,
Yeah.
add on a couple of minutes maybe, and that's how far he would have been ahead of us. So I think me and Mark stayed in the checkpoint for 25 minutes, something like that, 20 minutes. So I knew we weren't too far behind first place. And yeah, me and Mark then just ran together for, yeah, it must have been a long, long time. I think I pulled ahead of him just after checkpoint 1.5, so that'd have been Montane. So up until that point, we'd have probably been toing and froing a bit. There was a point where I remember seeing our steps and they were in sync, but he was moving faster, and I was like, oh, "What's going on?" Uh, and I just kind of let him go a little bit because I think I must have just been having a bit of a mini slump or something. So yeah, let him go, and then he was ahead for a bit, and then I caught up again, and yeah, so we kind of cat
Yeah.
and moused a bit for a little while, and then yeah, after I left, we both left check button 1.5 together after being in there for, I was maybe in there for 4 or 5 minutes, and we got to a little climb going up onto Fountains Fell, and I remember thinking, usually, or a few hours ago, we'd have been hiking this, but I thought if I can just run it, get to the top, or get a bit further ahead, all I'll need to do then is just kind of maintain that distance. So I thought I'll just give it a go now. I thought it's but boldish because there was still like 28 miles to go or something like that.
Mm.
Um, but I thought if I can just make a gap, all I need to do is keep the gap. Um, and yeah, I kept looking behind me, and I lost his head torch eventually. And it was a wavy fell that was probably more why, not that he was that actually that far behind.
Hmm.
Uh, and then just as I got onto the high cam road, and the sun had come up at this point, so head torches were away. I saw him just again on the cam road again, and I think in my kind of sleep deprived brain, I convinced myself he was like 10 meters behind me. Um, so I just well, I say legged it, but I ran as kind of hard as I could really for the last maybe 8 or 9 miles, um, because I was so scared that I was going to turn around and he'd be right there. And I think yeah, he was about 20 minutes, 25 minutes, something like that behind me in the end. So like not he wasn't really close to me, but it wasn't a big gap either. So it was um yeah, enough for me to stay ahead, but enough that I had to kind of work for it, I think, as well.
So sorry, who was? in first? Who did you overtake?
What was he called? I forget his name.
Oh, we'll have to go and look it up.
I
But
forget his name. Yeah,
is
he
that
had
who
to drop
you were
out,
doing?
unfortunately.
Oh, he
Uh,
dropped out. All right, okay.
yeah, so he came speeding past at somewhere near Wessington Head, and he just like stormed off, and I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
It's a fair play to him. And yeah, he was moving really well. And then as I was going through Gargrave, um, Mark had already kind of gone ahead at this point. So I was running by myself, and I saw a head torch in the distance, but walking towards us. And it was like I don't know, in the middle of the night. So I thought this must be someone on the race.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, it was the guy who ran off at
Oh,
Western
okay.
Head, and he'd done something to his hamstring. It was really tight and really painful, and he had to call it a day, unfortunately. So I
Hmm.
knew at that point I was in second,
Okay.
and Mark was in
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
And
Maybe
then yeah.
Sean Reed. Was it Sean Reed?
Yes, I think yes, Sean. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I
Looking
do
at
believe
the
that. And yeah,
picture, yeah.
yeah.
I liked Anna Troop's name for what you described leaving Mark Potts, where she called it breaking the elastic.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
And I thought it's a very good term because it immediately brings to mind, yeah, you just need to, if you're close to someone,
Yeah,
you can kind of reel them back in or you can try not to
absolutely.
go, but you got enough distance and
Yeah, I
you
guess.
kind of break them, don't you?
Yeah, I guess as well. I knew because it was the middle of the night. It was dark. We were going onto the kind of slightly higher fells. The mist was slowly coming in. I thought if I can just get far enough ahead that you can't see me anymore,
Mm,
it
yes.
that it might it just there's that kind of psychological aspect of not knowing where they are. They could be really close. They could be really far. But I thought if I can at
Mm.
least get that gap, then I
Mm.
can kind of just see what I can do after that. Yeah,
I love
and
that. Yeah.
it all kind of went to plan.
I love that there was a moment that you just made a decision, a bold decision to go for it.
Mm.
Yeah, it's the first time in a race of kind of that distance, like a really long race, where I have made kind of a concerted move, I guess you'd call it. But yeah,
Yeah.
a kind of a an effort to try and put a gap in and take the win. Because yeah, the hard Moz 110 from last year, there was a quite a big gap between me and second place, so I never had to kind of
Two
make
hours, wasn't it?
yeah, something like
Yeah.
that. So I
Yeah.
never had to make that kind of strategic kind of
Mm.
push. I just had to kind of keep moving. Whereas this one, I think if I'd have kept moving at the pace I was and we kept running together, it would have really come down to the wire at the end because we're both running really well and we both kind of wanted it. So um, I had
Well,
to
that's
well
exciting. That's what
yeah,
it's all
absolutely,
about, isn't
absolutely.
it? Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, it was good. And I think there was a maybe a 2 hour gap between Mark and third place or a 1 hour gap, something like that. So
Okay.
it was kind of
Three hour gap
or was it
between.
3 hours? Well, okay. So yeah, it was me and Mark were kind of battling it out a little bit at the front, which is nice. But I mean, that's why I love this kind of stuff. It never felt like a battle. I mean, it kind of did a little bit, but it like we always felt like we were running together, not we were running against each other.
Mm.
I
Mm.
know. I guess I kind of pushed a little bit to try and move past him, but yeah, the beautiful thing about this sport is that you can run with people for hours and hours, and it never really feels too much like a competition unless you're
No.
right at the elite level, I guess. But yeah, it was always fun, which is nice.
That reminds me of something Lucy Gossage said when her and Robin Cassidy were running together on the spine. She said at one point she turned to Robin and said, "We're winning the spine race." Just like running together, having a
Yeah, it's so surreal.
Yeah, bless. And that, yeah, it is. It's one of the best things about the community, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely,
You can
absolutely.
be running with them 1 minute and then dropping them the next,
And then getting dropped the next. It's
and
yeah,
getting dropped the next, and then you're still friends the other side of the line, regardless.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I didn't realize that. Well, I did it after he spoke to me, but Mark has done. He's done the full spine maybe 4 times, something like that. He won the Challenger South a few years ago. He came second in it last year. Like everyone at the spine knows him. So as
yeah,
we were running together, everyone was like, "Hi, Mark. Hey,
Yeah.
Potsy, how you doing? You all right, Mark?" I was like, "Who is this guy? Why does everyone know who he is?" So yeah, he's kind of like a bit of spine royalty. Everyone knows who he is.
you're
He
like
told me he at the latter stages of some of those races, he just forgets he's met all of these people and everyone knows who he is and he's like cool, hi, how you doing? You just forget
Oh, it'd be hard
he's
to
met
remember everyone's names.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, he sounds a bit like is it Matt Neal who's done all but one of them?
Yes,
I mean, it's that's just mind-boggling as
it's
well.
wild. Yeah, yeah. I
Um,
don't know if that's in my plan or not. Yeah, I don't
I
know.
was gonna say, are you going to be one of the spine stalwarts?
I mean, I don't know. If you'd have asked me that before the Challenger, I'd have probably said no, just because I think I like the crude races a bit more. But I mean, maybe not. I did really enjoy the Spine, but I think that's what I would have thought previous to this.
Mm,
I just wanted to give the Spine a go because or one of the Spine races a go because
they're the spine.
yeah, like it's such a different kind of challenge. It's a beautiful route. Like the volunteers, the everyone who works on the spine. It's just I've heard so much good things about it. So I thought I need to try and give it a go. And I mean it sounds funny, I guess, but because I did win, I got a free place in next year's race. And it seems silly to waste that. So I think I'm gonna upgrade and do the Challenger North next year. I
Oh,
think.
that's a good idea. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
But
Chris,
I mean,
that's how they get you.
I know. That's it. I know.
That's a good
Um,
marketing tactic, isn't it?
yeah. So everyone I've told that to is like, "Oh, cool. So the next one will be the full spine in the summer. Then it'll go to the winter spine." And yeah, it feels like a very logical progression, but I don't know. I'd have to wait and see. Yeah, we'll
Yeah,
see.
then they say to you, "Well, you've recceed the whole course now, haven't you? So go do it."
Might
Yes.
as well do it in one go now. Come on.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah,
you're
who
going to get
knows?
to that
Who knows?
point.
We'll see. I guess I'll see how next year goes. I'm still not fully decided yet, but um, I think I'll probably do the Challenger North and then yeah, see how that goes. I don't have any. What I do know is that I don't have any desire at the moment to do kind of the full winter spine. I quite like at the moment the runnable stuff, I guess.
Mm.
Like um I think I'm a bit better at that than the kind of
You're a
plod
runner still.
currently, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, maybe in I don't know, 10 or 20 years or something when some of my speed is gone, plodding across the Pennine Way seems a bit more exciting. But at the moment, the kind of slightly quicker runnable stuff I'm enjoying a bit more. So yeah, the idea of plodding through the snow for I don't know 5 days doesn't fill me with that much joy at the moment.
So what's the hard moors? So speaking of more runnable, like your time for hard moors 110 was 4 hours faster. So is that a lot
Yeah.
more runnable than this? Like how does it compare?
I think the elevation was about the same. I think the spine did have a little bit more. Um, I think it's just the kit and the crude nature of it. Um, with the spine, obviously, you just have to carry way more, and it's just a heavier pack, so inevitably you'll move a little bit slower. Um, and having crew at the hard mode one just means I can stop little and often, rather than kind of that big 20-minute chunk at checkpoint one and then a 5 or 10 minute chunk at checkpoint 1.5, and having to run big distances in between those with the hard mode stuff, I think it was only 10 or 12 miles or something before I reached another checkpoint. So it just meant that I didn't need to carry as much food or fuel or liquid. I could top all of those things up quite frequently. So I could run a little bit quicker, maybe between
Mm.
each checkpoint. Um, and yeah, I think hard mode is maybe a little bit more runnable, especially in some sections. The Cleveland way, although it's a coastal path and it kind of drops down into little villages and comes up. When you are in the ups, it's just kind of like relatively flowy, runnable trails. And the day I had was quite dry and mild, so it was yeah, the ground underfoot was kind of really runnable as well. Um, and yeah, there's less kind of big climbs in that. Not that the spine has got massive climbs, but like Pen is a tricky climb. And there's going up to Lado Rocks, like from Torside. That's a bit of a kind of a windy, long effort. So it just takes. There's more kind of hiking moments, I'd say, in the spine than there was in uphill hiking moments than there was in the hard moors. So yeah, it does feel like a big a big difference.
It's interesting, especially as it's well, I suppose it's what is the actual is it 109 miles or something?
The spine.
Challenger. Mm.
Yeah, it was 109, and yeah, I think the hard mods was pretty much exactly the same. I think,
Bang on, aren't they?
yeah, more or less exactly the same.
Mm.
So yeah, it's odd that the 200 miles I've run have actually been
More.
110 miles.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know what running 100 miles is like. I always run a little bit longer.
Yeah.
It's funny that you say you mentioned about how the real elite runners. At what point do you rack up enough first places in big races to decide that you're as good as they are?
I mean, I don't know. I think if you put me on the start line of, I don't know, UTS 100, I don't think I would get
Yeah.
anywhere near the podium.
Mm.
They're just in a different league, I think. I mean, I'd love to give it a go and see what happens and kind of test my mettle against those kind of runners as well. But um, yeah, I don't know, I guess. I don't think I've entered races where there've been too many really, really, really good runners. I mean, don't get me wrong, the hard modes attracts quality runners. Like the course record for the 110 is 19 something. Like it's a quick time.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, same for the spine. The
Mm.
spine course record is 22 something. So like sub 24 on that record on that course is phenomenal. Um, but yeah, it's not attracting like I don't know, yeah, kind of really elite UK runners. So yeah, who knows? I don't know.
It varies year to year, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Mm.
You've also got a Bob Graham of 20 hours, almost flat. Uh,
Yeah, it turned 3 minutes, annoyingly.
yeah,
Not that the time matters, but it is a little frustrating.
that would be a bit annoying. I've got to be honest. Yeah.
I do remember coming down Robinson and thinking, should I look at my watch and see what time I'm on? And I thought, nah, like I'm having a nice time. It doesn't really matter. And I
Yeah.
think if I'd have looked, I probably could have squeezed 3 minutes, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not bothered.
You said you had four legs of shit weather.
Yeah.
Good. Like what
Yeah.
was it a difficult day out then?
Um, parts of it were. I remember, yeah, rocking up to Moot Hall at like I think I started at 10 p.m. I think. And it was just kind of drizzly and rainy and claggy and wet and a bit miserable. Um, and yeah, like one and two were kind of that, just kind of drizzly and cold and wet. I mean, not unenjoyable. I still had a nice time. It just would have been, I don't know, nice is maybe the wrong word, but it would have been nice to
Lovely.
have nice weather. But yeah, like one and two were just kind of cold and wet and drizzly. And then like three, it cleared a little bit. But then the clag came in again. And it just meant that we lost a couple of, well, we lost maybe 10 or 20 minutes in total just looking for some cairns because we just couldn't see them. Leg two in good weather, you can kind of see where all the tops are as you're running along them, but in the middle of the night in the clag, it's just so hard to see some of the tops because some of them are a bit nondescript.
Mm.
Um, So we knew we were kind of at some of them. I think it was Stybarrow Dodd was one particular one. We knew we were really close to it, but we just couldn't see it.
The
And I
Dodds
think
are hard, aren't they?
it
Yeah.
must have been like 10 meters to our left or something, but we just couldn't find it. So like my Strava map is like just a little zigzag of me trying to find it. And then on leg three, I think we maybe missed a turning somewhere and had to double back because we couldn't quite see it. So that was the most frustrating thing, just knowing that in better weather the
Mm.
lines would have been a
Mm.
bit easier to follow. But yeah, once I got to Honister, it like completely 180'd the weather. It went blue skies, clear, sunshine, really warm, and I got like a really great second wind. And I knew I'd scheduled 2.5 hours for that leg, and I ran it in 2 hours in the end. So I just moved a lot quicker because I was just yeah feeling feeling good for having night finishing with nice weather, which was good. It meant I could get to Moot Hall and kind of sit down and chill out. And it was the afternoon. I knew that Elliot was going to be there, my little boy and Ruby, and my parents turned up, which I didn't realize what they were going to do, which was nice. So we didn't have to like run and shelter from the rain. So that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
and there's a point on I forget which top it is, Heinsgarth maybe, where you in good weather you can pretty much see the entirety of the round, well, most of the key tops, um, and it was really odd. I took like 10 or 20 seconds and just looked at it all, and it was an odd feeling, kind of seeing Skiddaw, seeing Bencathra, but I
Mm.
couldn't like see them when I was on them.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
so that was quite bizarre, but it was really amazing to see kind
Mm.
of the vastness of it all. And then yeah, finished it off and went to Robinson and finished it. So yeah, I had an amazing day. the weather was a little frustrating, I guess, but it didn't dampen the day at all. We we don't often get the opportunity to run in the mountains for 20 hours with your mates, so if you
No.
need to enjoy these things, otherwise it's just pointless. Because I'm not going to do that very often. So yeah, enjoyment was the key thing, I guess. Striking the balance between a time I'm happy with and kind of pushing, but not killing myself for the sake of an extra half an hour or an hour or whatever when I want to enjoy it overall.
And it's
Oh,
a great achievement as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Like no one really cares what time you do.
no,
Um,
but I've seen a lot of times, and this one is very good. Like 20 hours is awesome.
yeah, I was happy with it, don't get me wrong. It wasn't my kind of I was running to a night like a 19 and a half hour schedule. So dropped a bit of time on that, but I finished having had a wonderful day out. So
Yeah.
that's the main thing, I guess, really.
Absolutely.
Wow. You're obviously a quick runner, just naturally,
Mm.
which must have.
Well, yeah, put me on a 5K, maybe not, but
No, but I think, I mean, I remember last year your training, you did was it the London Marathon?
yeah,
You were thinking, oh, is this good training? But actually, I think it probably was really good training because it got your speed up,
yeah,
which
definitely.
then just lifts your average pace up for the longer stuff, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Especially on, as we've mentioned, the kind of the spine and the hard modes, which are quite runnable
Mm,
courses.
mm,
It just meant that the average pace I was running for those really longer races felt so much easier than running at marathon pace. And I could, yeah, just sustain that slightly quicker pace over the whole race. Um, and I guess I just slowed down a bit less than the other people, which is kind of the aim of the game, really. Um,
yeah,
so yeah, I could maintain that slightly quicker pace over the runnable stuff.
yeah. I
But
think
yeah, the
that
training block I did
was
for London was really, really useful.
mm,
I've not really done a proper kind of road marathon block before, and I would be lying if I said I enjoyed all of it. I think 200 meters is the devil's distance, but it really helped and it was really useful. Yeah, for building up that kind of speed endurance and the long distance speed. Yeah.
any more plans for this year?
If the training block goes well, the aim is to do 13 valleys
Nice.
in
Ah,
September.
the fall.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm on.
wow.
I'm on the start list. Whether I'm on the start line depends on kind of how this training block goes, really. I've really tried to prioritize recovery after the spine. So
Mm,
I've not really I didn't run at all for maybe a week and a half. And then for another kind of week and a half, I've just been doing, I don't know, maximum half an hour, 40 minutes, easy jog, kind of no focus on training, just enjoying jogging again. I think after that first week and a half, I think my body felt okay, but I'm aware that I'm often a bit too quick to get back into kind of proper
mm,
training. So I've just given myself a bit more time. I've started to introduce again a bit more kind of moderate pace from kind of this morning. I went for a run this morning and did a couple of like 15-second pickup efforts with like a bit more speed, and then same again for the next few days, and then kind of getting back into a proper block
Mm.
next week. And if all that goes well, then yeah,
mm.
hopefully 13 valleys, which again is another one that I've happened to have picked, which is about the 110-mile distance ish, maybe a tad more. So
Yeah.
I'm yet to do a true 100 miler, I guess. But yeah, that's the main plan for the rest of the year, and then yeah, who knows next year. Yeah, I don't know. I think I might. I mean, the Paddy Buckley's been on my bucket list for ages, so I think I may step back a little from racing next year and maybe spend more time recceing, get some big recce days and do that, and
Yeah.
try and get moving towards ticking that off. Um, but yeah, who knows? These things change.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not too far to Snowdonia either, is it?
No, yeah, it's maybe yeah a little bit further from me than the lakes, but I think I just tend to always gravitate towards the lakes if I've got a weekend or so, just because I know it more. But yeah, I need to get a bit better on those Welsh mountains. So yeah, hopefully get out and do some more of that next year.
That is funny that you've managed to find like another race that's nearly 110 miles. There can't
I
be
mean,
that many of them.
no, yeah, well, yeah, it seems to be what I'm kind
Yeah.
of quite good at, I guess. So we'll have to wait and see. Um,
Is
yeah,
do you know who else is on the start line of that?
no, I've not looked actually. I didn't look for the spine either until maybe the day or two before. Like, I don't. It doesn't really
No.
matter. The race, the people are going to turn up whether I look at them or not. So it's not worth me, I don't know, potentially stressing myself out if I see some big names on the list. So I'm
Mm.
yeah, just not gonna worry about it, um, and see who turns up when I get there, and then yeah, run my race and see what happens.
According to Google, there's not a public start list, which is a shame
Oh,
because
okay, fair enough. I can't look at it then either way. So
right,
happy days.
I heard someone else mention it, but I can't remember who. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, yeah, it doesn't matter either way.
Last year you did a backyard ultra. How
Um,
was it this year? Last year?
This year, wasn't it?
earlier this year, I think. Yeah,
This
First month.
spring.
Yeah.
yeah,
How 30 laps? How did
yeah.
you find it?
Different.
Yeah.
Um, Again, I didn't not enjoy it. I mean, I've signed up to do another one next year, so there must have been something in it that made me want to do more.
Mm.
But yeah, again, similar to Spine, I guess I signed up to that out of curiosity. I'd heard obviously they've really grown in popularity over the last however many years. There's hundreds of them all over the world and all over the country now, so I thought I'd give it a go.
Mm.
With no real aim or goal, just run until I didn't want to anymore or couldn't anymore and just see how it felt. Um, and yeah, I got to 28 laps, and I'd been having a bit of knee pain for quite a few hours. Um, and I just thought it's not worth, because this wasn't an A race or an A goal. It was just kind of a bit of an experiment and a kind of curiosity. It's not worth me doing loads more laps and knackering my knees or knackering myself for months. So I thought I'll pull out and stop at mile 30. That felt like a nice round, sorry, lap 30. That felt like a nice round number. Um, but yeah, I've definitely got more laps in me. I know I have. I guess that's maybe why I signed up again. But um, yeah, the trickiest thing was the pacing of it, I think, because I'm just not used to running for
Stopping.
running for between 45 minutes and an hour and then stopping for 10 minutes and then doing that again. Um, and in order to get around the 4.1, whatever it is, mile loop in an hour, like you don't need to move quick at all. Like you can
Mm.
move very slowly. And I think that's probably the key, really, is minimize rest time, I think. Give myself maybe 5 or 10 minutes. I was coming in at the end of each lap around the 43-minute mark.
Okay.
Even when I tried to run slower than that, I'd still come in at like 44 minutes. Like I just got into like a rhythm of doing that same time every time. And I think 15 minutes rest, well, 15 minutes to sit down, I think was just a bit too much, maybe.
Mm. That's a long time to be sitting and then
Yeah,
going
definitely.
again, actually, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you find that your body was maybe relaxing too much? Like it was a bit more of an effort to get going again?
Yeah, maybe. Like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I said to my mate Harry, who was crewing me for it, like the getting out of the chair is
Yeah.
the hardest bit. Like once I'm out running again, it kind of felt fine.
Mm.
Other than other than my knee, which is kind of that kind of niggle, but the running itself felt fine. It was because the pace wasn't quick. It was just the getting up again after you've sat down for 10 minutes or 15 minutes. Um, Felt a bit weird, and it took me, I don't know, maybe 5 or 6 laps first to just figure out what pace I should be running at, or what, because it all felt comfortable pace, but I still think I was probably moving too quick,
Mm.
considering you could be out there for
You could
two
maybe
days,
walk one of the
3 days.
miles,
Yeah, oh yeah,
bring
absolutely,
down your average
absolutely, yeah,
pace,
yeah.
isn't it?
I think that's what I need to do better. Is I I was running jogging all of the flats and then kind of walking any of the uphills because that's what I'm used to doing. But you could get away with walking big chunks of most of the, not most, but a big chunk of the lap you could just walk.
Mm.
Um, and that felt a bit alien to me, I think. The thought of when I still felt okay and it was flat, walking on those bits felt a bit odd. But I think that's the
Well,
strategy, I guess,
and
with it.
as you've said, you like running races
Yeah.
where you
Yeah,
can
yeah, yeah.
run most of the time. So
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, yeah, I did enjoy it, and what was really nice about it, I think, is that in either a point to point or a looped kind of a big one loop ultra, it kind of spaces out quite quickly, and you're either running by yourself for big chunks, which again I don't mind at all, or you're running with a couple of people for a few hours, then another person for a few hours. Whereas with this, the person who finishes first in the lap, it doesn't matter where you finish in each lap. So you could run with a run with a different person every single lap. You could get to know different people. You could chat to the person who eventually won. You could chat to the person who eventually dropped out first. Like you could just meet everyone and chat to everyone, and that
yeah,
was really nice. Like you don't usually get the opportunity to do that. Usually the people who win ultras or get the spicy end of the field, they're not really seeing the people in the mid or backpack at all.
no,
Um, so it was nice to, yeah, just to kind of chat to everyone and mingle with people. I ran loads of laps with a woman. I forget her name now, annoyingly, but she got the Latvian female record on that day.
Oh,
She
nice.
did something like 36 laps or something like that. So it was amazing to meet her. It was really good fun meeting everyone and chatting everyone. And the vibe at the crew area, the tenty area was just really lovely because
yeah, I bet that I can
yeah,
imagine that being really nice
it
actually.
was, yeah, just seeing people kind of like, I don't know, in like zombie states because they're all doing this kind of silly hard thing, and
Mm.
then people trying to force feed food to their crew, and uh, so
I
yeah, it was
mean, I
really
suppose it'd
lovely.
be a bit like a 24-hour race
Yeah,
with
essentially,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
You'll
yeah,
you'll get that,
absolutely.
Robin. You'll get that.
Well, oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, very similar, I think.
Mhm.
So yeah, I did enjoy it, and I'll do another one, and I think this one that I do next year, I'm gonna kind of maybe go into it with a bit more of a give it a good go rather
Bits and
than
beans.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, not the 30 laps and what was it, 125 miles or something. That was still
Yeah.
very good, don't get me wrong, but I
Yeah.
know I can do a lot more. So I might give it a proper go, and then I think I'm probably done with my backyard career. I saw the record got broken again recently, and it was
It's
Yeah.
5 days worth of running or something stupid. It's just crazy.
119 laps.
It's
Yeah.
just madness. Yeah, crazy.
Yeah. One lap shy of 500 miles.
Wild, absolutely wild.
Well, that'll get broken next time, won't it? Just because it has to, really. Someone's going to
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
extra. Um,
And another good thing about the format as well is that you can run 100 miles without entering a 100 miler, if that makes sense. Like
mm,
you get people completing the 100 mile distance who, on paper, probably wouldn't complete a 100 mile race because of cut-offs or whatever. But
mm,
because the pace is so kind of
Mm.
a lot slower, and there is those rest periods, that yeah, you get loads of people
Yeah.
completing the distance, which is amazing. Like I think of the 160
yeah.
starters, there was maybe 40 or 50 that hit the 100 mile mark. Like
Mm.
it's decent. There's a lot of people running 100 miles probably for the first time.
Yeah.
And
It's interesting that, isn't it? I wonder what the average pace overall sort of relates to if you were doing it in a linear fashion, what pace that would be. But I don't know, if I did 100 miles just through doing that, I'd want a socking great medal. Thank you very much. Not a
Yeah.
DN, not a DNF.
it,
Yeah.
we did get a tree for the one that I did. You win a little sapling, which is really cool.
All
Um,
right.
it's about 15-minute miles, I think.
Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, to do the
Mm.
4.1 mile loop in an hour, it's just a bit quicker than a 15-minute mile.
Mm.
So, and then yeah, you'd come in 100 miles in 24 hours. So it's like 4 miles an hour. Uh,
Okay. Oh, really? You can do 100 miles in 24 hours at 4 miles an hour? I suppose, yes, of course you can.
yeah.
Sorry, I'm being stupid. I'm not doing my maths.
Yeah.
Um,
1,440 minutes. So it's 14.4 minutes per mile that you need to
That's
do.
yeah.
mm,
Yeah.
yeah.
Which yeah, is more achievable for some people. And there's so many people say it, and it's so true. It's such a great equalizer of runners. And absolutely getting to start with everybody is really great, and you can
Yeah, absolutely.
amazing people. But also when it gets to sort of four or five left, I think there's quite a lot of in the felt like more intensity there between
Sure.
last few people, like how much longer are they going to go? Like
Sure.
they can't be as good as they look, and then loads of sort of tactics come into it like that.
Yeah, I think the
Well,
interesting thing as well is that in a kind of a point to point ultra, if you have a bad hour and you move unbelievably slowly, or you sit down for half an hour, then you walk really slow, you can maybe make that time up later on in the race if you want to. Whereas with the backyard, if you have a bad hour,
Yeah,
you're
it's
out.
it, you're out. That's the
Mm.
end of the race.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's harsh, actually, isn't it?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's tricky. If you come in an hour and 1 minute,
Mm.
that's it. That's it for you for that
No
time. So
trail naps.
yeah, absolutely.
It's bloody genius, isn't it? I love
Yeah,
it.
it's such an interesting format.
I
Yeah.
love talking about it.
Did you see Laz's other the other format? Again, this is a really old one, but it's the age one. So you essentially get as many hours to complete the loops as you are old. Um, so if you're 70 years
Oh,
old, you get 70 hours to try and go as far as you can. If you're 65, you get 65 hours. And it's the first race of it's the first of its kind that skews older people to be the winners because
Yeah.
if you're a fit 65-year-old,
Mm.
you can move quite a distance in 65 hours, but
Yeah.
I,
yeah.
I would get 36 hours. I'm not going to run anywhere near as quick as that. I'm not going to run anywhere near as far as that guy.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, did you
but
see that 80-year-old finished Badwater?
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
crazy.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's bonkers.
Oh,
Um,
Yeah.
but
but yeah,
that's
the
it.
way he does it, he staggers it so everyone will finish at the same time.
Mm.
Um, so an 80-year-old would start at hour number one, then a 79-year-old would start an hour later.
Okay. Oh,
So
so he's
everyone
trying
then
to act like a handicapper in a horse race, isn't
Yeah,
he?
essentially. So everyone finishes at the same time, but
I've
how
never
much
come across
distance you've
this.
done is the
What's it
winners.
called? Where is it?
Look at it.
I forget what it's called. It has got a name,
Yeah.
but it's just another one of those wild
Yeah,
race
for the
formats that Lars
lads,
came up with.
bonkers.
Um, yeah,
Oh, interesting. Oh, well, there you go. You heard it from Chris.
Imagine how good Dan Lawson would be, like 52 years old. He'd absolutely smash everybody.
absolutely. Yeah. It's kind of the only race really where the older you are, the better chance you have at winning.
Mm,
Because I think the however many years it's been on, it's been won. I think the average winner's age is like 68 or something like that.
oh,
Yeah, it's
really?
um yeah,
Oh,
because they just have
wow.
so much longer to move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A race for the
Okay.
ages, is that
That's
right?
it. That's
Okay,
it. Yeah.
there we
Race
go.
through the ages. I'm gonna have to go off. I'm gonna go off and find it, and we'll share it on social media so you can
Yeah.
go off and see it. But yeah, well, speaking of Dan, I mean, he's out there now, isn't he?
Yeah.
You did a FKT, didn't you, Chris?
Um
What did you?
I yeah, there's one in Madeira. Well, it's just been taken off me, so I
Oh,
need to go back and get it again.
oh, that's right. Yes, Madeira.
Yeah, so my dad's side of the family is from Madeira, a little island just off the coast of Portugal.
Nice.
Um, and there's a coast to coast FKT. It's only like 19 miles because it's such a tiny island, but it runs from the south of the island, essentially like 10 miles uphill and then 10 miles downhill.
Oh, great.
Um, and yeah, we went there last year, and I thought I'll just check the FKT website to see if there's any on that island. There's only one, so I thought it's a small enough island. I'll give it a crack.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, I got that, and then I had I think someone told me a few weeks ago that it's yeah, someone's shaved 10 minutes off it. Uh,
Boo.
yeah, but I think I can do it again. I coming downhill, I tripped over a rock and sat on the floor for about 10 minutes because I hurt myself. And then I was moving very kind of slowly because I'd hurt my knee. So if I
Yeah.
don't fall over, I should be moving a bit quicker.
Yes. Get it
Back.
back. Get it back.
Yeah, we'll definitely be going back, obviously. So I will probably have another go at some point.
Do it for Ronaldo.
Any more questions, Robin?
We've asked what he's doing next. I don't think so.
No.
Um, what's the Ultra X England course like? Is that another? Oh, it's 110K, not 110 miles.
Yeah, that was over 2 days as well. So
Right.
it's the only kind of multi-day thing I've done. But yeah, that was amazing. It was on kind of my kind of backyard, I guess. It was all in. Dark Peak area of the Peak District. So both days started and finished in Edale and ran up onto Kinder and Mamtor and Lewes Hill and all of that kind of area. Um, but yeah, it was great.
I've done day two and I thought that route was lovely. I don't know if they've
Yeah,
kept it the same because it was a few years ago now. But I really like going around the bottom of the plateau,
yeah. It's
around the back, and it's
like the
just
snake path or something, I think.
yeah.
I'd never
Yes.
ran that before. I'd always gone up onto the top, but yeah, it's kind of moves around the side, and yeah, it's a gorgeous route.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Highly
yeah,
recommend it, Robin.
yeah, it's really, really
You
good
can
fun.
just do you can just do one day. I
Yeah,
think
I'm
that was the
allowed to do
first.
local launches next year.
Well, oh, of course you are.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a really good one. I would recommend it. It was good fun.
I think that was the first 50K I've done, actually. And I remember thinking, this is great. I'm home in time for dinner. Actually, it's like almost normal. This is a really nice thing to do, and I'm not absolutely completely crushed. Yeah. Maybe, yeah. Yeah. Go back to that.
Oh, nice. I'll definitely give that a look then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was great. It was really great.
Yeah. Good races. Good races. Well, thank you so much, Chris. Thank you for giving us your time and losing your time in the evening. It's been
No, thank you
really
for having me. It was nice to chat.
interesting. And yeah, all the best. 13 Valleys. That's a great
Fingers
route.
crossed. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I'll see you next week.
I'll see you on Wednesday. Yeah.